Which one was more badass?
I always wanted to be a cop when I was younger, so I started there. I worked as a police officer. I did that for about 6 years, and I got injured in the line of duty and had to retire because they couldn't fix my leg back the right way. And then I decided that I wanted to get into EMS. Then moving down here, I never liked fire but after my stroke, I just woke up and it was bad. It was really, really bad feeling not knowing who you are and what was going on.
911, what's your emergency?
The following content is graphic, emotional, and includes dark humor that may not be suitable for all listeners. Discretion is advised. These stories are based on real-life EMS and first responder experiences. Calls are real, providers are real, names and details have been changed to protect privacy. They may be disturbing to some, and are definitely inappropriate for your HR department. Any medical discussion is personal experience, not protocol. Use your damn brain, follow your local guidelines, and when in doubt, call med control. If you're struggling, don't do it alone. Talk to someone, a coworker, a friend, a therapist, or hell, reach out to me. Need help now? Text or call 988 or visit 988lifeline.org. Welcome to Dispatched and Dysfunctional. This guest episode was recorded outdoors at Susan Crowder's home with Susan, her daughter Maizee, her granddaughter Jo, my wife Jordan, and my daughter Sophie. You'll hear background sounds and interruptions because this is real life.
I act normal when you plug that hole.
Oh, Lord. Just so y'all know, we are recording, by the way. So anyway.
It's okay. I don't mind. That's right. That's right.
This might go offside tracks, but hey, this is the first guest episode. So hey, whatever. Anyway.
This is what happens before we get serious.
Do we ever get real around here?
No. This is how we deal.
I mean, again, if it's going to record the whole time, so I don't give a fuck. And my thing says explicit, so anything fucking goes.
That's right.
Oh, let me figure out what the fuck I was going to say.
I don't think you know anymore.
Oh, shit. All right. Welcome back. Will you stop it? Stop. Try to do something. I'll quit. Why'd I have to bring you with me? Oh, yeah, I can't drive.
Because she's amazing.
All right. Let me do this part, and then we can... At least let me get something done. Shit. Welcome back to Dispatched and Dysfunctional. This episode's different because it's not just my story. Today I'm sitting down with someone who's worn 3 different uniforms. Paramedic, police officer, firefighter. She's seen it all. She's done it all. And then in one moment, it all stopped. A stroke ended her career, forced her to start over. This is Susan Crowder. This is her story. Jesus Christ, you people.
Hello.
Susan, let's start at the beginning. You didn't pick just one path. You went for all 3. EMS, fire, and police. Tell me about that. What drew you into the chaos?
Which one was more badass?
Well, I always wanted to be a cop when I was younger, so I started there. Actually, I started working at immigration because, of course, you have to be 21 to be a cop. So I couldn't do anything until I was 21. So I started with immigration, and I wasn't very fluent with Spanish. So working in border patrol for immigration just didn't happen. I couldn't pass the speaking Spanish part. So on off to a little podunk town called West Memphis, Arkansas. I worked as a police officer. I did that for about 6 years, and I got injured in the line of duty and had to retire because they couldn't fix my leg back the right way. I couldn't do what they needed me to do. I couldn't do the physical agility test to pass after surgeries and a year and a half of being on crutches and physical therapy, and it just wasn't working. And then I decided that I wanted to get into EMS, which of course, I thought that would be better.
Sure, we all do. I mean, come on now. It's safer.
Yeah. I mean, I loved police work. It was great. I always wanted to do it. So when I got into it, I was excited. 4 kids and being a police officer, I was always at the functions as a police officer, and it's great throwing a kid in the back seat of a police unit when they're acting bad and they're in the back screaming and hollering and crying because their mom's throwing them in the back of the squad car. But EMS was the same thing. I mean, you're just a different uniform. You're just a different team. But started out as an EMT. Once again, my kids were involved because all of the classes, they were always looking for volunteers with kids because they needed pretty much dummies to lay there and let us play with. And if you did, you got extra credit. So I was always willing to do the extra credit to volunteer my own children. I needed it. So that's what they did.
That sounded kind of dirty there, but okay, keep going.
Yeah, I know, right? But I needed all the extra credit I could get. So I volunteered the kids, and the youngest one was Gracie. She was 3, so she couldn't say anything. It was fine. It was fine.
Good pediatric patients.
Yeah. 3, 6, 9, and 12. Dallas didn't like being touched, but it was fine. I just, it was fine. I just told him to shut up, and I'd buy him a burger later.
Shut up and take it, fucker.
That's right. That's right.
Bribery at its finest.
Yes. So then I decided that halfway through EMT class, at first I didn't think I liked it. And then I decided that the school that I was at started looking into doing paramedic classes. It was a small place, and we had just moved to Georgia. And they had just started doing classes, and they talked to a few of us that were in the class and said, hey, we're going to do a paramedic class. Do you want to do paramedic class? It would be great. And it's like, yeah, sure. I'll do paramedic class. And I really, I worked for a high call place as an EMT starting out. And I worked with some great medics there. It was a lot different than what it is here in Alabama.
Oh, yeah, I would imagine.
It was get your ass in the back and you're going to learn this way. And the paramedic would be driving and you're in the back doing everything. And that's how I learned,
Gotcha.
but it was a split, if it was a basic call, the EMT did the whole thing. It
Right.
wasn't just because you're a ALS unit, the paramedic had to be in the back taking care of the patient. It wasn't that. You could pick and choose. So the paramedic was always driving the unit, and I was always in the back taking care of the patient. And, they were telling me, hey, do this, hey, do that, hey, do this, hey, do that. And that's how I learned.
Oh, yeah, that's a good way to learn. Just throw them straight into the fire.
And then moving down here, I never liked fire until, and I really don't like doing fire, but my kids like fire. So I have kind of slid over into fire here, working as a volunteer for Dauphin Island because the kids are there. And then, of course, after my stroke, I have slid back out of everything. And I just kind of, then moving down here, I never liked fire until, and I really don't like doing fire, but my kids like fire. So I have kind of slid over into fire here, working as a volunteer for Dauphin Island because the kids are there. And then, of course, after my stroke, I have slid back out of everything. And I just kind of, I help where I'm needed because of them. Or if it's a bad call, I have found myself going and helping. But after my stroke, I just woke up and it was bad. It was really, really bad feeling, not knowing who you are and what was going on. And after all of this education and training and being a trainer and teaching students and telling people, not knowing exactly. I remember being so fearful of not knowing what to do or how to do it, and being the main provider of a household of, at the time, I think it was like 10 people underneath my roof, and
Lord.
Dogs and kids and grandkids and kids having extras and my mother, and I just,
It's a lot at once.
it's a whole lot. Well,
Yeah, I know.
And
That's well, I'm proud to be a friend of yours. I mean, come on now.
And it's not anything that I have ever not wanted. I've always wanted to be able to take care of my family.
Right.
And it was because I love my family, and I have never wanted my family to ever feel like that they didn't have a place to be. I've always wanted to have the one place that they could come home and feel like they're home. I wanted them to feel safe. And the only way to do that was to have the money and the job and the income from a job, from working my butt off.
Right.
If you think it's too heavy to say it anyway. It beats a eulogy. You don't have to apologize for surviving however you can. You're not the reason things are heavy, you're the reason they're still moving. Need support right now? Text or call 988 or visit 988lifeline.org. You're not alone, not in this job, not in this fight, That wraps up part 1 of Susan's story. This was part 1 of 3. Stay tuned. Part 2 will be out next week. Want to share your story or connect? Visit critical-run.com or message the Facebook page Dispatched and Dysfunctional. We're building this for you, for them, for all of us.